we're out here today, or actually I should say we're in here today at York University, specifically at the Keele campus, which has a ton of skate spots, skate spot history, you name it, we got it here. We're gonna be hosting you guys through all of the spots that go through every single one of the buildings here as well. I'm stoked to get into it. We're also gonna talk about the infamous York 12, which is massive. We're gonna save that one for later, so make sure you stick around. And then we're gonna get around because there's a lot of stairs at this spot. There's even some outdoor spots that we're gonna be talking about too. We're mainly gonna be focusing on the indoor spots for this episode. With all that said, let's get this class in session. The first spot of the day, we're gonna start off with an 8 stair, which is the green 8 stair at the Lassonde building. Let's go check it out. This is the main 8 stair that people skate at York U, and it's not small. Like comparing it to like maybe the 12 stair that we're gonna be going to in a little bit, the stairs are bigger than your average stairs. There's a good amount of run up, like enough for like you wanna set up nollie or fakie, like you have that space. You can get some pretty cool camera angles here too, just by filming on like where the glass is up top and filming over the railing, over the balcony. When it lands, you'll see a couple clips where people have to dodge this railing, either ride straight or they're gonna ride up this wheelchair ramp. Shout out to John Goss, we'll start off with him. He nollie double heel flip this. He does like a little power slide and then makes his way up. He also nollie heel flipped the same day, it's in a clip of the day, and he kick flipped it as well. Jordache Bouchard, he vario flipped this 2 times in the Dougtage, and it's actually the ender for that montage as well. And he's also tray flipped it too. Dallas Ives, he also switch front big spinned it too. And he also switch front 360'd it as well. Will Marshall, he nollie inward heel flipped it. TJ Rogers, he had a pretty random one, but it was sick. He switch heel indie grabbed this as well. On the other side, I understand. He's also done switch pop shove and fakie full cab on it as well. In one of Devin Guinea's winter montages, I don't know who it was, but they did a nollie and a nollie 180 on it as well. Pretty sure it was Mitch Prima. Correct us in the comments if I'm wrong on that one, but I think it was Mitch Prima. He nollie flipped it. To hear your voice again. Someone does half cab, and then Brandon Del Bianco backs it up with a switch pop shove. Brandon Del Bianco's also done switch flip, and he fakie front big spinned it as well in an Ontario Underground video. Mitch Prima switch front shoved it. Morgan's done kick flip. He did kind of like a sketchy tray flip as well, and he also switch pop shoved it. Blinger also did nollie flip on this as well. Shout out Chris McMaster, another filmer getting it, dude. Fakie ollie this thing. And speaking of filmers getting it, Wade Power, he half cabbed this back in the day too. Shane Eldridge, he nollie heel flipped it. Nico Labe switch heel flipped this. And Bobby the Kaiser also switch heel flipped it too. Tatum Dorder, nollie big spinned it. Did crash into the wall and kind of reverted out, but it was a make. Michael Hall did a really nice inward heel flip down this thing. Brendan Kyle, I don't know how to say his name, but he switched front big spin this as well. Andrew Wangstern, he half cap heeled this, and like, probably doesn't bother you that much, but like there's like a rubber cap at the top of the stairs, so I wonder if that was bothering anybody when they were popping off their nose. Jaden Bono, he's done tray flip. He also nollie flipped it. He's frontside flipped it, switch big heeled it. Ben Davis did a really gangsta half cap flip down this. Sam Flood, he did varial heel flip on it. He almost hits the wall actually and then rides away. Joey Boyce, he fakie full cabbed it. He also did frontside big spin on it too. And there's a really good photo by Nathan Stripp. Alex Neary, he's done fakie heel flip on it. He's also done fakie frontside flip a few times. He also switched backside flip it a little bit, not exactly how he would want to do it. He's got a really good switch backside flip though, but yeah, he did do it down this. Kirk Harriott in his finesse part, he did switch front big spin down it. He also frontside heel flipped it too. Let me see your hand. Nobody does it better. I love the way that you put it together. This is on a sesh where we're gonna get to York 12 in a little bit as well to see what Kirk did on the 12. But on that same night, Kirk Harriott switch trade this. Let him know that everything. There's probably more tricks that have gone down. I'm sure there is. Again, this is just an 8 stair. But if we do miss anything, let us know in the comments. I'll probably put like a pinned comment on the video of all the tricks that we do miss. So while we're on our way over to the next spot, We're actually just in Vary Hall right now, pretty central to the campus. This is going to be heavily focused on the indoor spots, but there is some really good outdoor spots here too. Actually, just behind us, there's a really good 3-block, and some tricks that come to mind would be Jay Brown's back 360. There's a really good varial flip in it that's in Streets Toronto, and there's also a switch varial heel by Matt Sullivan as well. Let us know in the comments down below if you guys want us to come back when it's actually nice out in the springtime and do a full video on all these outdoor spots too. We can't do a York University indoor episode with at least mentioning them. There's that circle manual pad that's outside as well. That switch nose Manny Fakey flipped it. Dave Lapchuk has also skated it as well. Nick Genova, he did fakie inward heel, fakie Manny, fakie front shove out. That's one of my favorite spots here actually at the campus, but we'll save majority of the tricks here for the outdoor version if you guys actually want that. Another outdoor spot would be the giant rainbow rails that Lee Yanku is the only one I think I know who's actually skated it. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. When the pond was drained, he board slid that thing and James Morley shot a really sick photo of it. I'm pretty sure that was in SBC. One other spot that's actually newer would be like these banks to glass walls, and they got some ledges out there as well. Tyler Pearson Mullen did a really sick line in Vuja Day with a nollie 180 crook, half cab out, nollie 180 on a flat, switch wall ride 180, and then ends his line over to another ledge. And then Carter Grannon, he had a really sick photo as well where he actually wall rides on the glass, and it's super steep. It's super cold and like there's a lot of snow out there right now, so being able to actually show the spot's gonna be a little tough, but yeah, next spot.
Central Square, Curtis Lecture Hall. We got a 4-stair over there. People usually do 4-stair, trick on flat, and then skate the 7-stair here. We're gonna mention this spot just briefly, just because it's like not one of the best spots in the campus here. Shout out Peanut, he kickflipped this. I know in 2014, Adam Reviglia, he did frontside big spin down this. Kirk Harriott, he also front big spin this and he varial heeled it as well. Jordash Bouchard, he front big spin this too. And he also front big heeled it. Mike Tatarski in a feature montage by Eric Valentic did an ollie frontside flip on flat and then comes around and switch front shoves the 7-stair here. Jaden Bono, he kickflipped the 4, back big spin the 7, and then I also believe Stefan Boca, he did front shove down the 4 and nollie heel the 7. To end off this spot, Cody Beaudry, he front 50-50 this handrail here.
So we just came around the corner from that booster juice. We just talked about that 7-stair. On our way to the flat ledge, we've come to a 5-stair. I know what you're thinking, why are we talking about a 5? But you know, when you come here on those York University nights, those sessions, people always skate this thing. We're just gonna breeze over it before we go over to the next spot. Mike Tatarski did a pretty cool line. Perfect switch back heel, and then nollie front big spins down the stairs. James Hoff, he did nollie tray on flat, then tray flip down the stairs. Mike Schiffer, switch front shoved it. Chris Paroff, frontside flipped it. Jordan Moss, nollie flipped this. Ryan he front biggied it. Jeff Smith, he nollie back big spinned it. Jordash also had a couple lines here too. He did a backside big spin on flat and then switch trade this. Before we head upstairs, you have another 5-stair here, but this one you can actually skate in lines. At the end of there, there's a 4-stair that you could skate up. So people would do like lines, they would hit up the 4, flat trick, sometimes not a flat trick, and then they would do a trick down the 5 here. Simon Archambault, he ollies up the 4, tray flips down the 5. Majam, Brandon McCausland, he does 180 up, then full cab down the 5. Francois Haru, he did kickflip up, and then nollie heels down the 5. Thomas Morrison, he does ollie up, nollie heel on flat, and then heel flips the 5. Warren Nugent, he does switch ollie up, fakie heel flip on flat, and then switch backside flips down the 5. All right, so we just took the elevator to the 2nd floor, down from the Curtis Square. We're now in the Curtis Lecture Halls, but on the 2nd level. And this is actually where the flat ledge is. You can actually see it just right up the top here. But what's gnarly is this rail. that I don't know if anybody's ever actually landed a trick on it. There is a photo on Skate Only of, I believe it's Nathaniel doing a nose slide on it. And I'm not sure if he landed that nose slide. This rail is super long. It's a long 5 stair, super tall to get onto as well. Alex Bailey, he tried to board slide this rail right here and actually sacked himself. That was highly unfortunate. But anyways, let's go check out the ledge. This part of the spot's really sick. You typically don't get kicked out of here just because it's so far away from everything, so you can actually get sessions in. Through the doorways, through the hallway on this one and this one as well, you also have a 5 stair on each side. There's a 5 stair little mini hubba for front side and back side for goofy and regular. You have these like over ledges to drop. Jaden Bono, he nose bunked this, which is pretty rad. But these hubbas are sick too, like because even though this is tall, to get onto a little hubba, tiny. It's a little fun little skate park hubba. Quick in and out. It is pretty steep to be honest, but you can still see like the wax marks on it. A couple tricks that stand out to me would be Kirk Harriott. He's done a lot of stuff at this spot actually. He does a line and finesse. He does nollie frontside flip on flat, and then fakie flip tail slide, and then ends his line with a switch tray. The ground in here gets pretty slippery. You can even see it in the switch tray clip, like his wheels kind of slide out from under him. He comes through here, does a backside big spin on flat, switch front tails the ledge, tray flip on flat, and then nollie backside 5-0s down the hubba. He also does another line where he does 3 shove on flat and then front shoves over the 5 rail. Jordash and the Doug Taj, a little quick back tail shove. Nick Douglas does nollie heel on flat, nollie shove nose slide in a line. Joey Boyce, switch front big on flat, and then heel flip frontside nose slide to fakie.
Stir me up, you gotta.
Adrian Zuba, he did front tail frontside flip. And he also did back tail backside flip. Tyler Pearson Mullen in Winter Rain Shit, fakie back nose grind shove. Shout out Jordan Moss. When he was younger, he did 5-0 the ledge, nollie flip on flat, and then 50-50 the hubba. Scott Burkowski, he did fakie tray on flat, and then full cab front nose.
Morgan Smith, fakie tray on flat, fakie flip tail slide on the ledge. Morgan also does 3 flip on flat, kick flip crook, pop out, hits a nollie flip on flat over there, and then no slides the little hubba. Austin Feegrade, he does fakie nose grind, 180 out, nollie heel flips on flat, and then he, just like the ledge we were talking about over there, he fast plants the one down there to drop. He also did a nollie heel flip tail slide on this. Alex Neary, he had a couple lines in here actually. He has a line where he does nollie heel flip front tail. But the really sick line that he did was half cab heel on flat, and then nollie varial heel flip nose slide, and he also did nollie varial heel flip nose slide as a single too. Mitch Barrett, he does nollie heel on flat over there, comes around and does kick flip back tail, big spin out.
Dave Lapchuk, he did super sick trick, fakie 5-0 fakie flip.
Corey Felipe, he did a really sick line, hard flips on flat, and then does varial heel flip crook, pop out. He also did tray flip on flat, then frontside big spin, no slide to fakie. Corey Felipe also did fakie flip, switch backside 5-0, shove it out. Just outside actually, we're on the 2nd floor, so you can see right down below, there's actually a rail, like a 3-stair, drop down 3-stair, big gap in between both of them. And Chris Latina's actually board slid the rail, it's just below us. And then Alex Bailey, he actually sent us a clip too. We actually just met him here, it was pretty dope. Just down there, there's like a hubba, basically like a ride down ledge, and it lands into like this really long black rail, and he 50-50 the entire thing.
And now we are gonna go and make our way over to the other small hubba on that side. In the Doug Taj, there's a lot of basic tricks that have been done on the hubba here. James Hov, he does switch tray, half cab heel, and then he ollies over the rail here. And then on the other side of the hall here, Jaden Bono, he does 180 nose grind down that little hubba. Stefan Boca, he does 3 shove on flat, nollie nose slide the ledge, and then kick flips over the rail. Nathaniel Elusive, he does bunch of tricks on this Hubba here. It was a skate only edit, and he does lip slide, front board, front tail, Smith 180, and a nose grind. That is fucked. Nose grind that? That's fucked. This is the mani pad in there. James Hov, he did nose mani, nollie tray. Shout out James Hov. There's a full-on lecture going on in there, so.
If you don't have a car and you just want to access this place, it's pretty easy. You just take the TTC right to York University, and it's actually on the yellow line, so you just follow it along, go all the way to York University, Keele. Make sure you go into the Keele campus. There's also one in Markham. There's also the Glendon campus as well. Those are not the ones with the skate spots. Not as many as this, at least. We're making our way to the Student Center right now, where there is a perfect, kind of a large 7 stair actually, and it's right here. And I always thought this spot was, you know, it looked pretty cool on film. It doesn't get skated too much, obviously because it's just so packed in here. You got tons of tables, students, people eating. You got all these restaurants in here as well. These stairs are not your average size stairs. It is a bit of a stretch 7, so it's got some length to it for sure. And then it also has a white handrail too. Only a few people have actually stepped up to it. This rail is also pretty tall as well. JFab, he switched heel flip this for Instagram, I believe. Austin Fegrade, he did an impossible down it. He also did a backside big spin, but the way he did the big spin was sick. Like he kind of wrapped it like an impossible as well. He also has done nollie heel flip down it too. Adrian Zuba, he did backside board slide on this rail. He's done tray flip down the stairs. He fakey frontside half cabbed it too. Dylan Moore, he front boarded this rail, and he also front 5-0'd it, which is actually beast. I know it's a 7 rail, and film might not translate the same that it does in person, but the rail is pretty tall, and grinding a 5-0 on this thing would actually be super gnarly. So shout out to Dylan Moore for that one. I'm pretty sure James Hove, he also skated this spot as well. We'll have to try and pull that clip from him. Corey Felipe, he's done fakey heel flip, as well as switch tray. I'll tell you right now, this video has not been easy to make, so I appreciate everybody who's like engaging with the video and all that shit, so let's make our way to the next spot. Now we've made it to the final 2 spots in the Accolade East building. This whole campus is so big. Let's check out this Hubba first. Speaking of big, this Hubba is way too tall and way too steep. I don't know how people have done any tricks, but we got ourselves a nice 8-stair Hubba. You can still see like all the marks from people skating this thing are still on this. I mean, look how tall it is. Like, obviously you're not getting up at the very top here, but just for reference, like you gotta pop really high and be prepared to get in and out really fast. Some really dope tricks that have gone down on this would be Mitch Barrett's backtail to fakie. Brandon Del Bianco, he did some tricks on this too. He nollie nose slid it. There's also a session as well where you see backside board slide and a couple other basic tricks like backside 50-50. Dylan Moore, he did backside 5-0 on it. Wojtek Zawada, he also back 5-0'd this too. So a Hubba like this is gonna get a lot of the basic tricks done because there's not much else you could do on it. I know back 50-50 was also done as well. That was done by Colin Caramans. And there's not a lot of run up. You have that wall all the way at the back. It probably looks better on a wide angle. Nollie nose slide and backtail to fakie, I think, are the gnarliest tricks to go down on it. Just because backtail to fakie, that's a commitment 100%. Like that's insane to commit to. But then the nollie nose slide is such a tall nollie. Let's go to the moment we've all been waiting for, the final spot. We call this one York 12, and it's literally right there. If you come in, you're in the Accolade East building, it's right at the Ace Computing Commons, so you have like this little computer library that you can come and work in if you're a student. Look how tall this 12 stair is. Holy shit, dude. I haven't been here in so long. I think the last time I was here was 2011. We gotta shout out Kirk Harriott for that varial heel. He did that on a broken board, because he was trying. There was some attempts where he snaps his board and then he goes back up and still does it on the broken board. You can see us all at the end of the clip. We're all celebrating, we're all hyped.
Finesse number 2, nigga, finesse 2.
All the way down that hall through these green doors, you have tons of run up. People actually skate this in lines as well. There's not really a crack before the stairs either. There is a little bit of like those grip tape lines that go across, so you might get some friction. It's not really gonna bother you too much. The landing, you'll slide on the ground. That's what's great about this spot too, is if you do fall, you're just gonna slide across the ground like it's an indoor skate park. But either way, that impact of a 12 is still gonna get you. People have gotten broke off on this thing. Kevin Teo and Bobby DeKaiser, there's both clips of them both ollieing down this thing as well. People doing lines here, I could think of Curtis Robertson. Pretty sure this one was first try as well. He does tray flip on flat, and then comes around and does straight nollie on this 12, which is beast. Nollie as well was also done by Matt Sullivan, Blinger. He did that as a single. Jay Giroux, he did frontside 180 down it. Tony Moulton, backside 180 down it as well. Adrian Zuba, he did backside big spin on flat, comes around, fakie big spins on flat as well, and then back 180s down the stairs. Sando Angadi, he did frontside flip on flat, and then fakie ollied this as well. Speaking of fakie ollies, we gotta shout out Joey Boyce. He did fakie ollie melon grab down it. Herbert Davey, he did a really popped stale fish down it. Andrew Wangstern, he did pop shove tail grab on this in a montage as well, which is pretty rad. Kind of a random one for him, but it was sick that he did that. I mean, pop shove tail grab, come on, dude. Every time I come to the bottom of these stairs, I'm like, this is way too big, bro. Aiden Cordova, he did the kickflip down this as well. Pretty sure kickflips been done more than once, but he's the only person I could find in footage doing a kickflip down it, which is sick. Julian Callahan, pre-grab melon, that's pretty hash. It's also been switch ollied a few times. You got Mitch Prima, who switch ollied it, as well as Morgan Smith. Derek Gustaw, he vario flipped this. He did like kind of Baker Maker that shit and kind of spun out, but he didn't step off his board, so we're counting it. Another Toronto filmer actually, skater and filmer. But the fact that like, you know, it's not every day you see someone who's typically behind the camera go and vario flip a 12 stair. So fuck, shout out to Derek Gustaw on that one. Colin Finlater, he actually did this one twice, and what's crazy is he did them, I think it was like 3 or 4 months apart from each other. He nollie big spin this fisheye, and he also nollie big spin it long lens. I remember this as being the first time I ever actually saw this spot. Mitch Prima switch flipped it. It's the opener of his part in Fireworks Dancing and Cartwheels. Morgan Smith, he nollie back 180'd it. There's a fisheye and a long lens angle of that. And then Morgan Smith also switch heeled it too, which was insane. Like that's in his pro drone part. But there's also a raw clip. Shout out to Mike Crook for setting the raw clip of a secondary angle, which hasn't been online ever. Brandon Del Bianco, he did switch backside 180 down it. And he also nollie flipped it too. Jaden Bono, he backside 360 this, and there's a raw clip of it online.
Oh my God, dude.
Shane Eldridge, he hard flipped it. Shout out to TJ Rogers, he also hard flipped it too.
Right here, but you know what I mean? I really grown accustomed with the city very quickly. All right now, hold on a second. I understand that you gotta get up.
TJ's done quite a few tricks. Some of them we might not even have the clips. Hopefully we can get them pulled. But he also pre-grabbed it. He pre-grabbed backside 180'd it as well. He did switch 180 in a line. He also half-cabbed it as well at the end of Eric's feature montage, the winter one. He came and did nollie pop shove in his high school uniform. That was a rad clip. And he also nollie heel flipped this as well, which had a really sick photo as well by Shane Hutton.
We're gonna continue our tour through the city of Toronto.
Shout out to TJ Rogers. He's definitely destroyed the spot back in the day. There's probably more tricks that have gone down on this as well. That's where you guys come in. Let us know in the comments if we've missed anything. I mean, it's hard to pull all these clips online. We definitely miss tricks all the time, and we make sure to read the comments as well. So comment down below if we missed any tricks or if we missed your trick. Definitely want to see them. That's York 12, man. Crazy spot. That's gonna wrap it up. Finally, holy, it's probably a longer video. So if you actually made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. Hit the like button, hit a little smiley emoji in the comments just for engagement, you know, it fucking helps out. I definitely want to see more tricks on all these spots. You saw how easy it was to get in here and get out, come through, get some tricks. It's better after hours. Try to come at like midnight, but hey, you didn't hear it from me. Anyways, that's the end of the video. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.